The winners of this pickleball match go home with a cool $1,000. I just served there to Camden Chaffin, and I'm playing with Ross Whittaker. He's playing with David Seckel. We start off with quite a funny point because Ross literally told me 10 seconds earlier, hey, Cam's got a great roll dink, watch out for it. I was like, okay, sure, yeah, I got that. First point, he hits a winner with that great roll dink. I was probably protecting middle a little bit too hard, but obviously, you know, gotta learn from it and go from there. Good little counter from Ross here, and just so you know, I'm gonna do a little light commentary as you go through the match. It's 2 out of 3 games to 11, and like I said, winners take $1,000, and actually second place gets $500. So David just sped up cross body on Ross, and honestly, it's he was really crafty. David Seckel seems like he's the veteran that's just been playing pickleball forever and ever always, and he's pretty crafty. So just take a note of where his forehand speed ups go, because that's a very important pattern that he's starting to establish there. I mean, just a great ball from Cam right there. But I will say this is a very, very high level thing. The very first thing he did in this point was attack my right hip. So you can see here, I give him just a high enough ball where he takes the ball from below the net and he hits my right hip. Because I'm on the right side, I'm going to slide to the right to protect my chicken wing, and that's what keeps us in the point right there. But then Cam knows this, and right after a few more balls, he decides to speed up right through the middle. So he knows that I'm expecting to have to slide again to my right, and Ross needs to cover all the way over to the middle, even almost pretty much literally on my side. But it's hard because a couple points before that, David just went across body on Ross. So they're just already establishing patterns that are going to make their speed ups more effective, which is good for them. There goes another roll from Cam. So, you know, eventually I will learn my lesson. I don't remember exactly how many times that happens, but hopefully that's the last one. You might notice that Cam and David are funneling a lot of shots towards me. It's probably because they all know each other. Cam, David, and Ross all play together and train together in Columbus, Ohio. So they're probably just trying to collect data, like what's going on with this Kevin guy. And obviously hey, look, they earned a pop-up and sped up cross-body on Ross and got the put away. Fortunately, I get one back right there with that nice little backhand flick. Usually I'm doing that from the left side of the court, but, you know, it's applicable on the right side as well. Ooh, tough one. So basically, just to talk about left side versus right side, and a lot of my matches, I've played a mixture of both, but mostly left side more than right. And this is the first time I'm like exclusively on the right side. So, you know, definitely a different dynamic for me, but let me tell you, Ross Whittaker, he is the real deal. He's obviously very tall, and he's just going to take up a lot of space and be really aggressive, and that makes it so much easier when all I have to do on the right side is reset, dink, and hit a few counters here and there. I mean, that was a really, really deep return, and Ross was able to hit a very nice drive just over the net. So, like I said, he's the real deal. He's got a lot of pro experience under his belt and a lot of wins. But that being said, Cam and David, they have main draw wins in pro events as well. So, I mean, this is a pretty high-level matchup. Yeah, I think I second-guessed myself there. I mean, instead of just holding the line, I took a step back while I was hitting that counter and dumped it in the net. Just Ross being a beast right there. And that one, I mean, seriously, like literally Ross is much longer. He sees that I'm coming and crossing over the court during my return, so he takes up way more space. And this is what I'm saying, like, all I have to do is get out of the way and hit a few resets and counters, and life is good. I mean, Ross, especially on the fourth ball, if he's going to be the one applying pressure versus me, I'm totally happy with that in this matchup. Feels good to dodge. And basically, Cam's been hitting my right hip a couple of times already. So basically, if I slide a little bit to the right and it's still on the right side of my body, chances are it's probably going out. And I don't really remember if that one went long, wide or long, but either way, not a bad idea to dodge that one. And just another great speed up. I mean, both of them are doing a great job going across body on both of us to keep us out of the middle. And just one more note from the last point. I'm driving this into Cam's backhand, and it's really easy to swing across your body. So the fact that I'm giving him a backhand and he's swinging across his body straight into Ross's feet, that's shame on me. Definitely should go at his inside stroke usually there if your partner's going to be trying to apply some pressure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's David just having a lot of experience here. I mean, I see Cam out of position, so I'm trying to thread the needle through the middle, but David's all over it. He's not concerned at all about me going behind him. So that's totally on me. And I think that's the difference between the experience that David and Cam have. They were establishing speed up patterns across Ross's body, across my body, to keep us out of the middle. And that's why they've already hit a couple winners through there. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to reap the benefits immediately, but I haven't established the fact that I'm willing to go behind David, and that's why he's just planting himself right in the middle, helping protect it, especially since Cam was out of position there. Ross said sorry, but honestly, if you're going to put pressure on, I'm fine with that. You don't have to be winning 100% of points to justify it. Meanwhile, I am putting Ross in danger 100% of the times that I'm driving it at Cam's backhand because he's just taking it across the body straight at Ross's feet. So, bad Kevin. I need to stop doing that. Meanwhile, Cam, it's a great target. I mean, a good speed up there. And that's why you don't speed up cross court normally. I mean, you can, but that's the risk right there. You get your partner blown up because Cam is doing a great job of covering the middle. That's my bad, Ross. I'm missing my target, so I'm trying to go behind Cam, but I end up going straight into his backhand, right into a sweet spot, and obviously he hits a good counter there. Fun fact, I don't know if you did it there, but Ross stepped on my foot about 8 times throughout the day. This was a 10-team event where we had a bunch of round-robin pool matches and then a bracket after that. So just a fun little note there that he was stepping on my feet a lot. And honestly, that's not his. I'm not saying that because it's his fault. Like, that's my fault because I was learning throughout the day which balls he was willing to come over and take. And I was learning to get out of the way. which I'm totally fine with because he's clearly going to generate way more offense in putaways than I would in that scenario. That is an elite dodge. I've been going for the same shot. David's only seen it once before. That's all he needed to know that he needed to dodge that shot. Yeah, I mean, that's a really freaking good spot. I mean, he is perfectly threading the needle. Ross knows he's been going across his body, and I need to cover. I probably need to be the one covering that because if he's going to go across my body there and he's hitting that hard, either I'm going to have time because he's not hitting it that hard to keep the ball in, or he's hitting it so hard to my right that it's probably going wide. So I think, you know, in my mind, I was letting Ross take that, but it's definitely my fault.
5.5
Definitely a fun little point here. On this flick, I know that he's willing to dodge, so I was a little more careful, not going straight for the chest, trying to keep it down. But we hit the ADP, we both shift off to the right, and then Ross immediately shifts back to normal positioning, and you know, Cam tries to take advantage of that, but Ross is right there to cover. I can't tell if I got lucky there or not because I was putting my paddle where I was assuming David was going to have to aim to keep the ball in, and fortunately it was just a little long. But yeah, see, look, hey, we can make adjustments. David and Cam are destroying us on these forehand speed ups, but fortunately there I realized, okay, Ross is concerned about cross body. I can be there to cover the middle on that last point. And that right there is why we have to play that way, because David's very good at going with an inside out forehand speed up right at Ross's left shoulder. Little timeout action here. I'm pretty sure we're talking exactly about who's covering what in the middle, and then we're trying to turn it up. Keep it going. That probably looked a little crazy, but again, look, if you're going to be aggressive and put pressure in the long term on our opponents, I'm totally fine with that. And yeah, I'm probably not doing a great job with those attacks cross court. If I'm going to do that, it's got to be at their feet when they're in transition, not high enough for them to poach. I finally go behind David for the first time in the entire match, and this is a perfect spot because his backhand is stretched out. He only has a one-hander, so with that 1-8, if you get it away from their body, it's really, really hard for a one-handed backhand counter to generate a lot of pace that far away from the body. So even if he had made that, it would have been theoretically a little bit easier to counter. Woo! All right. Nice little way to finish up the first game, 11-8. That dodge, he was hitting it from both the net. He was hitting it not softly, so figured why not take a stab at letting it go. Not me sending a pop-up and then saying, "Go get it, Ross." Obviously, did our best to scrap there, but David was hitting the spots well there. Yeah, not ideal. I mean, if I'm going to be playing the right side in this specific role where, like, Ross is clearly the alpha and I'm just playing the support role, I'm playing the Dinkbot 1000 role, I can't be missing dinks under no pressure there. So, not ideal, but it's all good. Some good hands all around, for sure. Yeah, gosh, I gotta learn that. David's got some sneaky speed ups. He moves the spot around really well. Yeah, Ross is trying to get me off that ball because David's moving in so fast with his body. He's got so much momentum there, so it's really hard for him to not hit the ball out when he's swinging hard and his body's moving forward that fast. Yeah, watching this back, I'm realizing that I hit that speed up from the right side way too much, and they are never at the feet. So next thing I'm working on when I do play right side is getting those speed ups just down. Down more than anything is more important than pace. Cup dinks all day. Cup dink where you're just basically just scooping up the ball with your forehand dink. I mean, the big key there is just keeping a loose grip here and just letting your hand absorb the ball. Just helps with a little bit more with the control. Yeah, another thing I've noticed from watching this match back is that too many of my counters are going cross court. I don't know if it's just because I'm on the right side and like the way that my shoulders and feet are oriented, I'm like more towards the middle than normal, but too many things are cross court. Woo! Good little scrappy point. Ross closes it out, but man, that's some of the most fun points in pickleball is just going from, you know, neutral to defense to offense and all that. Again, I'm telling you, I need to get those speed ups down. Like, if I'm aiming at the foot 2 feet behind the kitchen line and I miss it out, that's like missing my target by 20 feet. Ooh, just barely. And hey, right there, Ross said, hey, that's your shot. Don't worry about it. Keep going for it. That goes a long way. You know, if you know that your partner should continue hitting a shot and, you know, right after they lose a point, they might get a little shaken up and be like, oh, maybe that's not the shot today. Like, no, tell your partner, you know you have that shot in the bag. Keep going for it. One data point is not a trend, right? So, honestly, good work by Ross being a good partner. Ooh. Okay, I know Ross missed that, but this is a high level pattern. Ross speeds up through the middle, like between Cam and David, and what happens is David comes over to try and protect, because if Cam slides right, David has to come over. Cam ends up hitting that, but David is out of position, so basically Ross is going thread the needle in between them, and then finish the counter follow-up cross court into the open space. But obviously he goes a little bit too far cross court, but that doesn't mean that the pattern doesn't work. It's definitely a high level thing that I've seen, and you know, Ross is obviously aware of it. Nice little dodge there from Ross. And I know it might not look as impressive on camera, but honestly, dodging is how you know that you're like really tournament sharp. Oh gosh, that's unfortunate right there. But if you are dodging all the right balls, that's how you know you're locked in and feeling good that day. I mean, this makes me jealous. This is elite veteran stuff here. David at the last second flips his wrist inside out, and he's going across the body of Ross. Like, that ball's probably going in, and it's hard to defend when you want to go towards the middle. And obviously Ross got caught a little bit there. But he gets David back right there. That's a disgusting roller cross court with a backhand dink. Aha! Finally, a drive that doesn't go at Cam's backhand to end up at Ross's feet. And look what happens! Okay, sorry, I'm just cracking myself up. That huge drive from Ross. That's why I brought him along. Just kidding. He actually he asked me to play this tournament, which I was pleasantly surprised by, but it was a ton of fun. Definitely a fun partner to play with. Oh my gosh, I hate missing dinks on the right side. I hate missing dinks in general, and I feel like it doesn't happen that often, but that's two this match so far. And just so you don't think I sound like too crazy, the reason why I hate missing dinks specifically in the net is because if you miss the dink high, at least you have a chance to overcome that with, you know, getting the counter back. Obviously, if you pop it up, it's going to be tough, but there's a 5 to 10% chance you can flex it off and earn it back. And if you missed that just now, the lights cut off as I hit the winner of that last point, so that was just me trying to reactivate the motion sensors. I mean, this is insane. Like, Cam hits an incredible drop here, and he should be covering middle, but instead he's like protecting against the roll angle, and Ross puts it right down the middle. It's a very clean ball. Even if Cam was there, it would be a very tough shot to defend, but ideally I would be there to catch the follow-up. Ooh. I mean, at least we were on that one, but man, David and Cam were getting so many speed ups down the middle. Love that dodge right there. Always feels good to dodge a drive or speed up. I don't know how absolutely necessary this Burt was, but I mean, he sees the ball down at Cam's feet, and he knows where he's hitting that reset, so he's going after it. And hey, he shouldered me out of the way, and he didn't foot fault. Hey, I'm happy. I was ready for that follow up and finish the point, fortunately. But that was honestly, I was impressed by Ross's athleticism there. Like, he is just a big dude and can cover so much court. Oh, that one hurts because I got exactly what I wanted, and honestly I was just swinging too big on the follow-up. Like, sometimes it's like if I'm more surprised, I have a more compact swing. It's like the ones that I'm ready for, I need to have the discipline to keep the swing short. Look at Cam. Cam's 13 years old, by the way, and he's just owning those force right there, putting them all at a perfect spot right at our feet.
Just hit the ball. You. Yep.
I don't like that I went to Cam's backhand again there, but I guess I haven't gone there in a while. But still, we did not successfully get to the kitchen line, so it didn't really help. What a great return. Ross is a really good singles player, by the way. He's beaten like Roscoe Bellamy and lots of good people, so yeah, like his serves and returns are pretty darn good. And I mean, that really is something that I notice. His serves and returns are just consistently deeper than mine, and that's something that I'm taking away from this tournament and really going to try to work on over the next like month or two. Tough ATP. I mean, I think Ross is not letting the ATP fall low enough, just because the lower it falls, like the more of an angle you get, because it travels further wide, but you know, it's all good. Ross just showing off his hand speed there. I mean, he painted the very back of the line on that one, but still, just a great exchange from everyone there, except for me. We get a little timeout here. I mean, I think we called the timeout because we were like, all right, we've been stuck at 9-5 forever. Let's take an offensive timeout. Try and collect our thoughts and ourselves here. Try and get unstuck. And then we get the HTP hitting the pole on the ATP. But seriously, I really think, look at how high Ross is making contact with the ball. He could get at least another 6 inches or maybe more of distance out wide so that he has more of an angle to get back to the court on the ATP. Ooh. It's good pressure, just didn't finish the job. And, you know, finish the job either winning the point or just straight up just getting to the kitchen successfully there. Would have been fine. Oh, I do remember that one. That one hurts. I mean, it's a good spot, but gosh, I feel like I should have had that one. And look, David's paddle is protecting his backhand down the line. Because I went behind him that one time, now he's no longer just sitting in the middle ready to destroy that counter, which is nice. But he is ready to destroy that pop-up. I really cannot afford to be reaching with my one-hander. Like, I need to be taking one step with my left leg, planting, and ripping a two-hand back and counter there. But good spot by Cam. Obviously, great follow-up from David. Yeah. Again, that same speed up. I hate watching this. That same speed up that I'm not hitting anyone's toes. Like, I gotta go hit some people's feet with that, not right in the strike zone. Wow. All right. Great speed up through the middle. And it could not have come at a better time because we stopped the bleeding. We get the ball back at 9-8-1. And we're going to try and see if we can close it out here. We definitely get lucky there, but at least it was David's backhand, which is not a two-handed backhand, so it's not going to be as sturdy when he's like going across his body, so works out there. What a fun match. What a great tournament run by Pickle Shack in Columbus, Ohio. Ross and I went 6-0 on the day, so definitely excited about that. But hey, David and Cam, they played strategically way better than I did, and I have a lot to learn from this. So definitely excited for that. And if you want to see more videos like this, then check out this one right here.